Yo, yo. All right, there's no one here because it's Labor Day, and I'm shooting this right after my last video, and I didn't even move. All right, peoples of the YouTube watching my face. Anyways, it's your boy. You already know what it is. I am very tired. I've been very tired the last 3 days. Anyways, but life is good. You know, you gotta live it up and make the best out of stuff. All of the good life coachy stuff, obviously. Stay on the game, stay locked in, and make sure you have something to fight for. Always. Or else life is not. I don't know. If you need purpose in life, is all I'm saying. Without purpose, you question why you exist or live. But if you have purpose and meaning, and you go out in the world and explore and have fun and challenge yourself, then then you're gonna be fulfilled and smiles, happy. Anyways, eat, pray, love. This was a crazy week of movies I watched, cause my all-time list got shaken up. Boom, 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 boom. Singing Fast X jumped to number 2 and pushed Tenet down. Push Terminator 2 down. Thinking Eat, Pray, Love shot up, and Eat, Pray, Love is now my number 3 all time. Now my number 3, and then my number 4 is Return to Me, or my number 5 still Return to Me, but then I have Tenet in there. So what a week, what a week. Anyways, and I watched Fast X, John Wick 4, Equalizer today. Yeah. And I watched Barbie not too long ago, Oppenheimer not too long ago, Sons of Freedom not too long ago. I watched, what's the movie? Bad Casting by James Franco. Thinking Return of the Planet, or The Rise of Planet of the Apes. Whatever, the first one of the new series, not the old ones. Keep your hands off me, you darn dirty ape. Anyways, James Franco, not the right cast, but the movie was good. I'm probably gonna watch the second one and third one eventually, but anyways, Eat, Pray, Love, man, or woman. I watched it, and obviously romance is my favorite genre, then action, then drama shortly after, but it was so good. I watched it once and I watched it twice. I'm probably gonna watch it a bunch more just because if I was good at it. It's so nice. Julia Roberts is good. Javier Bardem, I don't know how I forgot about him when I was making my all-time list for actors, but he's definitely in the top 20 all-time actors. Javier Bardem. Wow. I don't even like good movies. I don't like to spoil. I don't like to talk about it, but I like, let's just say I'm not a critic. I review movies and I just appreciate them for what they are. Wow. This movie is just special. Like, Equalizer 3 I just watched was quick. It was quick and it was well done. It was like, I don't know, a perfect gift. If you had a perfect gift, it'd be Equalizer 3. But Eat, Pray, Love I watched it on Netflix and I rewatched it twice. But Julia Roberts is a good actor, and she presents an aspect of her soul, I feel like, when watching the film. And Javier Bardem, you see like the kinder side, the gentler side to him, the human, and he like shares a piece of his soul in this film too. And I feel like that's what makes this film so special. You get like secret essences of two characters and just two people. That's well directed. The cuts are good. The transitions are good. It moves along, but it's like not a perfect movie. It could be better in areas, but I kind of feel like it's a human thing. Like, it's like it's flawed, but that's what makes it perfect. If it was perfect, it wouldn't be as good, because one thing could bring it down. But since it's human piece of love, and it's sweet, and it's what you want it to be ultimately. And it's just, love, it defies what the expectations of whatever is the expectations are supposed to be or something. It doesn't go by any rules or any like standards. It doesn't follow some sort of status quo, and it's not like a quid pro quo. Like it just is. Kind of like God, like God's love for me, or just humanity. It's like it's just love. It's just this solid bond of ever flowing. Just all these different things. That just kind of culminate or accumulate into one force or one. I don't know. It was this movie. Oh, it's so good. It's basically Julia Roberts and Javier Bardem's character falling in love, and like essentially Julia Roberts' character. She has all these different flings and all these different romances, and she's older. She lives her life, and she has this thing that she didn't see coming, but it didn't work out. And then she didn't see this other thing coming, it didn't work out. And then she starts to think that it's her, that she's the reason why everything's kind of falling apart. And then she makes a drastic change, and she breaks her own cycle, And by doing that, she goes to 3 different countries, and and eventually, like, the story takes place. I don't need to tell you how romance movies take place, but it's like, and it's like love finds a way, and she does something that's because there's this scene from, I don't want to spoil it, but I'm gonna spoil it anyways. It's from Doctor Who. It's basically one of the best villains in all of film and television is the Daleks. These basically like cold heart, like these numb alien robots in these armors that basically are just ruthless and see beauty in killing and being just pretty much just heartless and evil things that just want to kill and destroy everything, and just reign supreme pretty much. All right, so, and they're like the biggest villain in against the Doctor and all these things like that, and they're basically but anyways, so it's like an old episode of the older Doctor Who, not like the David Tennant, who's the best Doctor by like popular. He's the best Doctor popularly, like by popular, like for like the young teens and all that stuff. And Eccleston and Matt Smith, and then Capaldi, Lewis Capaldi, and then the new lady now. Sorry, I don't know her name because I didn't watch it. I'm sure she did great. I just forget her name, but now it's David Tennant again because they're trying to save Doctor Who. I should watch a new Doctor, and I have to watch a couple episodes, give her respect, tip of the cap. I still think they should just had a female Doctor and not like try to do all this thing. They should just had a female Doctor and just did something original and fresh, and not try to like, force something when they could have had something that was natural and already established. They could have easily just made a female Doctor and started a whole new fun thing, but they just that, like, I feel like I don't disagree with the move. I just think it was unnecessary, and they could have had a female Doctor. But anyways, long story short, so basically it's the Daleks versus these other these other machines. And they're basically essentially locked in this internal war, this like impasse, where basically it says this is a standoff that's basically an eternal standoff because they're super genius robots. And basically the only way that they're defeated, they can defeat each other because it's basically an even draw. For all eternity, they'll never be able to beat each other because they're both brilliantly OP smart robots. It's the Dalek versus the other race, and the Doctor shows up, and basically, spoiler alert, he figured out very easily how to stop them, So these super machines, but they're so intelligent. It's essentially this one-track mind. So the Doctor shows up, and then Davros, the creator of the Daleks, they both show up, and they basically very easily figure out how to basically solve the war, how to end the war. And the big secret is for either of these robots to do something random, and it's like, and then once the Daleks figure out, and it's because it's something that they would never do, It's like, just like Julia Roberts is where I'm kind of saying this. She does something that's completely off the charts that breaks the pattern, and that's the only way for these robots to defeat each other in a war, is for someone to do something random, to make a random mistake, and that's how they would win the war, because it's not calculated. It's not in the one track mind that's basically all encompassing of just like super genius people. So it's very human. The way they win is by not being robots, is by being human, being erratic. Like, I don't know. And there's a lot to talk about and breaking that down and things like that. But I just think it's very funny that with these perfect machines, the way to defeat it is by not being perfect, is by having a flaw, is by doing something random, So it's kind of like there's a Ben 10 episode about that, where these like pure like aliens. This is a big spoiler for Ben 10. Alright, it's like that when he's older. It's like you have these perfect creatures and they want to be pure, and they're trying to save the race, but ultimately, Ben Tennyson uses the Omnitrix to basically corrupt them, and they're no longer pure, but they survive. And the aliens pretty much have nothing to say. They live, but they're no longer pure. So, they lose what they wanted, but they gain life, which is ultimately the whole point. So they kind of just go away, and they're like, all right, man, they're upset, but, they're alive, so. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling on, but Eat, Pray, Love is kind of just different train of thoughts I'm having about the movie. It's just, she did something off the book, and this movie is just well written. It's nice. It's like a romance should be this, this magical piece of dream that pays off, but it's real. Like, it can be real. Every romance can be real, no matter how like crazy it is. It's a crazy story, but when you put love into it, it's real. Kind of like pro wrestling sometimes. We're like sometimes you just like you forget that it's fake and you just let it be real. And love is always real. And Eat, Pray, Love is that, and it's good, and it's just a nice story, and it has these Hindu elements. It has these different, a lot of Hindu elements of things, just like of like inner peace, and just things meant to be worked out, and karma, and all these things, And it's not a culture that, like, I don't believe in that. I believe in God, Christianity, but also being able to respect the good things from different religions, about like Buddhism having inner peace and all these different elements that have good things in them. I can appreciate and respect those good things. Just a lot of Hinduism, and just talking about elements that are just put into this, but it's also blended in with the American ideals. And it's very, very nice. It's like taking the best out of something, having a romance movie with top tier actors, with A-listers that carry their own gravitas and energy to it. And it's just special. And Eat, Pray, Love, yeah, definitely I think it's my number 3 all time. And then Return to Me, I think, is 4. And then somewhere in there, I think I'll probably have to put Tenet at 5, but I'll put Tenet at 4, Eat, Pray, Love above it, and then Fast X as 2, and then Casablanca as 1. But anyways, yeah, Eat, Pray, Love, definitely I would say you have to watch it, a must watch. It's so nice. Romance movies, you can watch them over and over again. They're light, they're fluffy, they're good. I love romance movies. Go watch more romance movies. Eat, Pray, Love is, again, 10 out of 10, stellar. I'm bringing it up, masterpiece. I would say this is a masterpiece, and forget the like I don't like when critics always do this, like give these OP movies these bad ratings. It's like, no, if it's good, then it's good. Like, critics like to make these movies like, oh, like, and at the end of the day, everything like, what's good to someone is not always good to someone else, you know. But overall, if the majority of people like it, what the critic wants or doesn't like, you can't let like the critics, like, critics ratings are almost always bad, because it's what someone who has a job to do it, and someone's like, it's always there's always motive behind a critic. They're not just watching it as a fan, and movies are built for fans. You should watch movies as a fan. There's like, watching movies as a critic is pretty much useless, because, you know, you're not appreciating the movie for what it is. Yeah, anyways, so, but like, again, it's a fantastic movie. It's outstanding. Stellar piece of film, of movie, and I'm still grateful I watched it. Eat, Pray, Love. Go watch it.